Welcome to Native Talk Arizona, Native Health's Native American Cultural Affairs program, presented by Native Health and KRDP 90.7 FM. I'm Susan Levy. And South Mountain Community College, one of 10 colleges in the Maricopa County Community College District, offers associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, certificates of completion, technology training, and courses that transfer to universities, as well as the bachelor's degrees. In the studio to tell us more today is Kyle Mitchell and Gerard Begay. Welcome back, both of you, Kyle and Gerard. I'm super excited to get you back and learn more about what you've been doing, and I know there's a lot of new programs. But before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourselves and your journey, and I guess we'll start with Gerard, since you're on my right.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for bringing us back. Yat a beneshe ya Gerard Begay and shia aro twetsonin shlido sanjikina bashichin tona leholiedi isinasha. So thank you and good morning for allowing me to come back. My name is Gerard Begay. I'm from Indian Wells, Arizona, and I'm currently overseeing the American Indian program at South Mountain Community College. And this semester, I'm pursuing my master's in higher education and should be done by December. So thank you.
That's awesome. All right, and Kyle?
All right, good morning. Yate bino. She Kyle Mitchell yinchia. Toward shitni nashla. Nakai basichin kayani dashiche nakai dashinella. Kilsui bitwa ado ziflodozi denasha. So good morning. My name is Kyle Mitchell. I work at South Mountain Community College. My role is I'm the manager for Guadalupe Center, which is an extended campus based in Guadalupe, Arizona. And I'm excited to be here today and thankful for the opportunity.
You're also doing storytelling still?
Yeah, so I do.
Sorry, I also often digress from the questions.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, so I am a storyteller as well. And so I've done numerous things around the state, around the nation. One of my features is actually featured in The Herd in the family area, where I share a story about the significance of the North Star, how it relates to the culture, and how it has been became a personal family story with my family and myself as well.
Hey, maybe you'll be on The Moth.
Oh, yes. Maybe in The Moth one day.
Yeah? All right. So let's get started. I guess, Kyle, you're going to tell us a little bit about Maricopa Community Colleges. So I know that we alluded to that. I think there's 10 different colleges.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, correct. So within the Maricopa system, just as you said, Susan, we do have 10 colleges there. Another thing that we do have, and what I'll talk about a little bit later, is we do have a corporate college, which is called Maricopa Corporate College, and that leads the initiative for a lot of our workforce programs, as well as kind of the liaison with our industry partners, as well as Arizona at Work. And so through that partnership with South Mountain Community College, Maricopa Corporate College, Arizona at Work, I'm excited that we're going to be offering 4 certificates starting this summer, which are going to be bookkeeping, electrical technician, medical administrator, medical admin assistant, and then Microsoft Office certification. And these will be free of charge for the community, and they're open to anybody and everybody. So we're just looking at kind of just stimulating growth and giving people opportunity to either reskill or upskill.
So where are the classes going to be? In person, online, both?
Oh, yeah, good question. Yeah. So the great thing is all of them are going to be in person.
Okay.
So they'll all be hosted at our Guadalupe Center, which is located on Priest in Guadalupe. 3 of them will be there. We will have the electrical on our main campus on 24th Street and Baseline. So that way students will be able to take advantage of our Construction Trades Institute and all of the materials and the learning.
They're free?
Yes. All of them are free.
Like anybody can do this?
Like anybody can do it. Yeah.
Okay, how about age limitations? So would you need to be at least in high school to do it? Let's say I was interested in, you said the electrical. Like, could I do it if I was a senior in high school and I wanted to learn? Do you need to be 18?
Yeah, so you need to be 18 overall. Since it is a partnership with Arizona at Work, they do have their own vetting process. So you can apply there, and then we'll do all the teaching, basically. And so we do have information up on the website, as well as flyers available where you can get additional information on how to take advantage of it. But it is free. It is open to everybody. All you got to do is apply.
And how long is it?
It's only 12 weeks. So
you could knock out something this summer.
Exactly. So we're going to start in June, and finish up
July,
in
and
the
August.
second week of August. Yeah. And it's really good for workforce entry. So if you've never worked in construction at all, or maybe you've helped out relatives, or you just have a passion for it, come on down and try it out. And it will definitely help you out, and it will help you start basically your path within the industry.
Okay, but you also said there's medical assistant or medical administrative assistant.
Yes. So medical administrative assistant as
Okay.
well, which I think is a great benefit for individuals looking to upskill within that medical realm as well.
We always need those. Okay.
Yes.
And which
yes.
other jobs?
And then we have bookkeeping. Yeah.
bookkeeping?
So bookkeeping, which I think is very important. So even if you have a family business or you have a company within yourself, you want to just make sure that you're adhering to the proper record keeping, that would be a good course to take as well.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. And then the last one we have is a Microsoft Office certification, which is needed for anybody. And it actually really does help as a job seeker of taking advantage of it. Yeah.
Like learning how to do Excel.
Exactly.
For some of us, I can't do it very well.
Yes, I'm right there with you.
Okay, so these are going to be held at the campus in Guadalupe. And is it in the morning, night? Is it just once a day? How does that work?
So it's going to be a 4-day structure. I think the way we have the sequence right now is classes will be, I think, 2-hour blocks, Monday through Thursday. So there is an AM session, I believe, for the bookkeeping and the medical, and then I believe the Microsoft is going to be in the afternoon.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely, and it meets a good need, and I think as you look at upskilling and applying to updating your resume and looking for different opportunities, it's definitely something that can really help elevate that and make you a preferred candidate.
I know that Maricopa Community Colleges has recently started adding bachelor's degrees.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Does anybody, can either of you answer anything about that?
Yeah. So I'll speak a little bit, and I'll give Gerard some time to respond as well.
These are trick questions.
No problem at all. We're very excited. We are tremendously excited. We're giving this opportunity to our community. We are offering various bachelor degrees. So at South Mountain, that's what I can speak to the most, is we're offering a behavioral health bachelor's degree. And the great thing about our behavioral health program is it creates stackable credentials. So for example, brand new student, your freshman semester, once you're done with that, you actually, embedded within the courses you take, you get a certification. And then they just keep stacking as you progress into your associates. And then once you transition into the bachelor degree, they carry there with you. The great thing is all of our bachelor programs are very affordable right now. I think we're the most cost effective within the state right now. And we do have different bachelor degrees at different campuses. So kind of, you can look at, if you want your nursing degree, that's available at Gateway and Phoenix College.
That's awesome.
We do have engineering. We do have just probably about close to a dozen, maybe a little bit over, that are available.
Amazing, because there's not, am I correct in saying that there's not very many community college districts that offer bachelors?
Correct.
This is pretty innovative, isn't it?
Yes, very, very. So we thank, our administration, our chancellor, for championing this through the state and through the governor's office, and all the legislators who supported this initiative.
What a great opportunity. Okay, so can you do dual enrollment for your bachelor's or for your associates? So I know like Hoop of Learning and some of the other programs can do some dual. Can you do that there?
Yeah.
Does that apply, or is this way out of what you
No,
know?
no.
For your bachelor's or associates?
Yeah, no problem. So, as you talked about, we have what we call early college programs. And so within that are 3 programs that high school students can take advantage of. We have our dual enrollment, which means you take that in your own high school. So, for example, the 3 of us are in a math class, and 2 of us sign up as dual enrollment students. We're still learning the same thing and going through the same curriculum, but at the end of the day, we get the college credit for dual enrollment.
So why don't people do this?
Exactly. It's
my kids did it. They came out being like entering ASU into almost sophomores.
Yeah, and it definitely helps out. Yeah, and it kind of acclimates you. The second program we have is our ACE program, Achieving a College Education, which actually started over 30 years ago at South Mountain Community College, and has since then spread to all 10 community colleges. And last but not least, we have our Hoop of Learning program, which is a specialized program used to be a bridge program into college for Native American high school students. So listeners out there, if you are currently at an accredited high school within Maricopa County, please reach out to your nearest Maricopa Community College and join our Hoop Learning Program. It's a really great way to not only get ahead academically, but also to build relationships and kind of just connections in the urban environment that we have. We have tremendous tribal diversity within our community here, and it's really good to have that outlet through academics there. And so the program has been very strong, and we're proud to have 2 programs at South. We have one at our main campus and one at our Guadalupe campus. And
that's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to ask you then, in terms of that, you said accredited high school. I'm assuming that means all the public schools and
Correct.
some charter schools.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then in terms of Hoop of Learning, it's at every campus?
Right now, so out of the 10 colleges, it's available at 9.
Okay.
The only one that does not have a program is Rio Salado, which is majority online.
Okay. All right. Then we're going to bounce to over to Girard. And South Mountain Community College is beautiful. I know that you recently had the Two-Spirit powwow there, and I was there for that.
Yes.
It's a beautiful campus. And I know you do some really great stuff, like Stew and Stories is one of my favorite. But tell us about South Mountain Community College. Where is it? What kind of programs? Your program? Everything else.
So South Mountain, if you're not familiar with South or Phoenix area, we're located on 24th Street and Baseline. So that's just south of Phoenix, near the South Mountain area. So our campus is, what do they say? It's tiny, but we have a lot of tiny but mighty. I think that was a word that I hear a lot of people use. But we're with the College with the Heart, so we call ourselves that. And so we offer a lot of great programs, as mentioned. One of the other things that we do, as well as we have our engineering program, which that's really tied in with ASU, as well as our storytelling program. That's also available there. So a lot of students are taking storytelling courses. And then again, also we have a great student life center. We have a great science center that was just recently built during the pandemic. It's a brand new science building. So if you ever have a chance, come on by, check out our science building. In addition to that, we also have our American Indian Student Center located right in the center of campus. So if you walk in to the center of campus, we're located within the Student Union building. We're going to be celebrating 10 years this year, having our doors open for the American Indian Student Center. And it all started back in 2016, right, Kyle?
Yes.
And Kyle was one of the founders, starting up this program and built it up to what it is today. So I've been in my position for the last 6 years. So really just getting it off the ground, providing services for our Native American students. A lot of the programs that we offer are one-on-one advising. We also include scholarship help. So our Native American students are getting like firsthand help with their scholarships, whether it be Pasquiyaki, Gila River, Navajo Nation. We go as far as White River, so we have some students from White River, or Muscalero Apache. So we service all Native students there at South Mountain Community College. In addition to that, not just the tribal scholarships, but we have scholarships like the Cobell. We have Native Forward. These are scholarships that require a lot of attention. So we're there sitting with them, writing their resumes, their cover letters, and all of that stuff. So we're helping them as much as we can. In addition to that, the center also provides a space. We call it home away from home experience. If you know that a lot of our natives come into the valley from off the reservation into the valley. And so this is just a second home where they can just gather, hang out, have fun, drink coffee, have snacks, be able to work on homework. And we have an additional room where we offer a computer, so they can come in, print stuff, look up stuff, do homework. And again, like I said, socializing. And so it's become a tradition where, a Navajo especially, if they come into the center, the first thing that a lot of students I hear them asking is, what is your clan? And it's building that rapport, that kinship. And that's one of the unique things about our program. And I was doing it yesterday. In fact, I was talking with a young gentleman, and he introduced himself as Kiani, and I'm Kianis are my grandpa. So I referred to him as my grandpa, and so he was like, "I'm younger than you." So it doesn't matter. You're my grandpa. So so we build these kind of relationships with our Native American community. In addition to that, we also have a great FAFSA department, financial aid department. We have advising, and so a student should, if they need assistance, they can always come straight to South Mountain, or they can come to my office, and I can provide support.
So I never thought of South Mountain Community College as small. So I don't know. Maybe that's just your perception. I think it's like a huge campus. I think it's very friendly, and I get the part with the heart for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very warm and welcoming, but I never thought of it as small. So that was my first comment.
Yeah.
My second is you mentioned lots of programs, so they have bachelor's degrees there as well.
They
right?
do.
Okay.
And so our bachelor's degree, we have the behavioral health science. So we
Okay.
have the
Oh, that's right. You
behavioral
mentioned that one.
And
Okay.
so, like, a lot of our students are you know, and like I have one student in particular. She's graduating this year, but she's going to be transitioning to the bachelor's program. So that she's already enrolled into it and getting ready to go on to it, and it's very affordable, as mentioned before. So it's one of our most affordable careers or courses that we're offering at South.
And then you mentioned the engineering. Is it engineering program?
Yes, engineering. We have a great engineering program.
Is that electrical or civil?
It's just engineering in general, but they do have a wind tunnel. They have this huge wind tunnel, and I think we're the only one within Maricopa that has, right, Kyle?
Yeah. So
wind
our
tunnel.
wind tunnel. We actually through our faculty, Dr. Carl Wetzel, and his connections, we were able to get it from Honeywell. So we actually have aerospace, I think Boeing and other corporations that come out and use it to test their equipment.
Oh, so
Yeah.
like a real wind tunnel.
A real
Not
wind
like you're just
tunnel.
between buildings and it blows all the time, like over
Exactly.
here.
Yeah. No, it's amazing, and the great thing about our electrical program is it's very similar to our behavioral health, to where there are credentials along the way to help students out. And so, we're really intentional about when students come through our door that we want them to be successful, but we also want them to have something very tangible in real time and not wait the 2 years, the 3 years, and whatever timeline it takes for them, but look at it as a semester completion, and then you have something tangible that you can take directly to the industry.
I gotta say, Maricopa Community Colleges is so hands-on and friendly and supportive. Everybody that goes there and interacts with everybody there. I don't know, just in the people that I know, and I've been there, and I just think it's less intimidating. It's friendly. It's nice. The parking's easy.
Yes.
Well, compared to other
Free parking.
right, compared to other places
Right.
that you're paying a lot of money for parking and you're hiking a mile. I don't know. I just think it's a really great option for a lot of people. Gerard, do you have classes? Are they all in person, or are they some online, or is it a hybrid? How does that sort of work?
It's a mixture of everything. So we have in-person classes. We have hybrid. We have online courses. We also offer evening courses. So for those that are working during the daytime, they can also come into the campus and take evening classes as well. So it's a mixture of everything. Like I said, in-person, hybrid, online, evening classes. Did I miss anything, Kyle?
Yeah. No, I think we offer all modalities. So online, in-person, live online. Live online is where you join virtually into the space, and I think that's great. We also have what we call flex starts. So if you're thinking about enrolling and class or the semester is 2 weeks away, don't worry about it. We do have 14 weeks, 12 weeks, and then we do have 8-week courses as well. So
cool.
there's always time. We always look for entry points. And yeah,
So rolling admissions.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Rolling admissions. And speaking of that, our summer and fall schedules are now available to view.
Okay, so let's say I'm like thinking I want to go to school there. What do I do? I know it's not intimidating, but do I like go online and look at Maricopa Community Colleges? Do I pick up the phone? Do I walk in? You guys are both very friendly and nice, but what's the first step for people? Like I'm thinking, okay, I want to go to school. What do I do? What's the first step? And then do I need to do an application online? Do I walk in and have somebody help me apply? What's the process?
Yeah. So all of those are good entry points. We do have online our chat option to where you can ask questions there. You can walk into any of our campuses, or you can reach out to Gerard if you want something with or somebody with a friendly native persona to help you out. Overall, our admissions applications are online. Okay. And so everything is online, but we're there to help you out. It's not bad at all. Honestly, if you ever had to fill out an application for a job, you can fill out the college application with Maricopa. It is not hard at all. Yeah,
I don't know. Some of those things, they ask you a lot of stuff.
Right.
All right. So if I'm going to register online, let's say I'm interested in, I don't know, not engineering. So I apply online, and then do I pay right then and there, or would I come in and meet with Gerard or FAFSA or whatever I needed? How would that work?
So in this case, like I've seen a lot of students go online and start off as a new student.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll fill out the application, and majority of the time, I always see them. They're calling students. You know, they're letting them know, hey, we see that you applied to South Mountain Community College, and so like my work study, for example, he actually applied in multiple colleges, and one of them being South Mountain Community College, and within a day he got a call right away saying, hey, we see that you've applied. And so they'll walk him through the process. And
The financial aid?
The financial aid part of it. So, they'll give him things to do. So it's just not like you're just applying and then being forgotten. They're following up with a phone call. And so that, in my student worker's case, that was like his thing. He's like, okay, I got a call right away within a day or two. And then he ended up applying. The next steps was doing FAFSA and filing for FAFSA. And if you do FAFSA, it's usually 2 years back, your tax information from 2 years back. So right now we're in 2026, so you're looking at 2024. Okay. So 2 years prior. And so you're filling that out, and you have your mom's part, you have your dad's part, or your parents and yourself. So it's like a 2-part application.
What if you're over, like, I know for like healthcare, if it's 26 is the cutoff. Is that true for FAFSA also? So if you're like a returning student or you've never done this, and let's say you're 30, do they still look at your parents?
No, they do not.
It's just if you're younger.
Yeah,
so
younger,
if you're younger,
yeah.
I believe it's 24.
25, I think.
24 or 25?
24 or 25, yeah.
Okay.
And so no problem. So you would do the online application, which is your admissions. And the great thing about Maricopa Community Colleges is once you apply, you're admitted right away. You don't have to go through the whole, I need to wait for a letter, do this, do that. Yeah.
You don't have to wait for that letter?
Yeah,
you're
don't
in
have to
or
wait for
you're
a
not
letter.
in?
You're in, and then you do your financial aid. And at the end of the day, a lot of people are scared to share their information. Financial information is very scared to share. But when FAFSA looks at it, all they're looking at is how much income is coming into the household. And out of that, how much does it cost to attend the institution? And then that's all they look at. They don't look at where you work, how much you're making. They don't look too tedious. They just want to see over as a whole what's there. After that, we ask you to take your placement testing. The great thing that the pandemic has really showed us was that we did AccuPlacer at one time, was very traditional. But now we call, what we use is called EdReady. And EdReady is a diagnostic tool. And you can take it 1,000,000 times. And
I would take that 1,000,000 times. Like the math part?
Yes.
It's like for math, right?
Yes.
Like math 101 and English 101?
Yeah, so it does for math, reading, and language. And the great thing is it will take the highest score. So let's say your millionth time was a 5, but your 120th time was, a 95. We're going to take the 95. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I would need.
Yeah. And then also understand, like, when you have most tribal scholarships are going to require you to do FAFSA too. So that's really important to make sure you do your FAFSA, even though you're not getting approved or not. So just know that it's required.
Okay, so let's say I'm coming in and I don't think that I can qualify for FAFSA, but you said there's other scholarships available, right?
Yes, there are.
So whether it's the Native Forward or the tribal scholarships, but you would work with me on that, correct?
That is correct.
Through the American Indian program.
Yes, I would be like, I'm going to use Navajo Nation as an example. They require an admissions letter, which we don't give. We do like an acceptance or an admissions letter. And then on top of that, they're also going to ask for class schedules. So we pull all that for you, as well as your financial need analysis, your certificate, your CIB, which is it's required for them. So you don't actually send your CIB, you fill out a form making that request to your vital office. So you provide that. In addition to that, you also need your transcript. So most students have a hard time finding their transcript, whether it be high school or their college transcript. So that's where I kind of step into play, and I walk them through that process.
It's okay. They still ask us here for our transcripts. And it's been a while, let me tell you, trying to find that stuff.
So we do have another scholarship with Maricopa Community College. We actually have the Maricopa Community College Foundation Scholarship. And that's available to all Maricopa Community College students. And it is super easy. It's a 1-page application, which then goes into 1,000 scholarships available.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
So
those,
like one of the other, there's another, yeah, okay.
yeah. So it's really great. It really helps out. We try to do everything we can to alleviate any type of barriers to education. So the admission process, the financial piece, right, the cultural piece that Gerard brings through the American Indian Student Center. We try to do everything we can to really cultivate space and really help you navigate as you continue your education with us.
We'll continue our interview with Kyle Mitchell and Gerard Begay after this short break. Support for KRDP 90.7 FM comes in part from Native Health, with 2 locations in Phoenix, 4041 North Central Avenue, Building C, near the corner of Central Avenue and Indian School Road, and at 8800 North 22nd Avenue. Native Health is also located in Mesa at 777 West Southern Avenue, near the corner of Southern Avenue and Extension Road. And Native Health provides primary medical services at the new Guadalupe Health Center, 6725 South Priest Drive in Guadalupe. Native Health provides primary medical, dental, behavioral health, WIC, and wellness services for the urban Native American community. For more information, call 602-279-5262 or visit our webpage at nativehealthphoenix.org. Native Talk Arizona returns after this song. You are listening to Remember Me by Fawn Wood, featuring Randy Wood and R. Carlos Nakai.
Hey yo, hey, hey, be a way, oh, hey yo, hey, be a way, oh, hey yo, hey yo, hey, be a way, oh, hey yo, remember me, when the sun comes up in the morning sky, there I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free. Remember me, down the road, hand in hand, you and me. Hello, hey, hey, be a way, oh, hey, hey, be a way, oh, hey, 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 be a way, oh, hey, remember me, when the sun comes up in the morning sky, there I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free. Remember me, down the road, hand in hand, you and me. Hey, hello, hey, hey, be a way, oh, hey, hey, be a way, oh, hey, 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 be a way, oh, remember me, when the sun comes up in the morning sky, there I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free. Remember me, down the road, hand in hand, you and me.
So let me ask this probably very stupid question. Why aren't more people doing this? Like, why, I talk to people all the time and they say to me, oh, I'm going to go to blank blank. And those are for-profit schools. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you incur a lot of debt when there's like this great opportunity in our backyard? And everybody's really nice and really friendly and very helpful. Like, I don't get it. Am I missing something? Like, this is like too good to be true, sort of. But do people just not know about it?
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know everything that Maricopa does.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Like, especially with these bachelors. Like, when I heard about that, I'm like, that's amazing. And talking about, like, if it's in getting a degree, do you think that the thing that people that they don't know or they're worried about is, like, it's Maricopa Community College's bachelor's versus, I don't know, another school or Harvard? In my experience, and I've been doing this a long time, I don't usually look at where they got the degree from. Do you find that's true, important?
Yeah, no, I think you're touching on something that's very, it's an underlining, issue. What we find a lot, at least at the college, so when I was in Gerard's position with the American Indian Student Center, we would, Maricopa Community Colleges would start about a week after our other universities in state. And sometimes we would get just a rush of Native students coming into us saying, I need to get accepted, I need to get in classes because my financial aid didn't cover my housing, I didn't do this, that, and so on and so forth. And then they understand everything that Maricopa does. So I think what happens a lot of times, and I can, personally say this as a first-generation college student, right? You just look at what's out there and where the brands that are there, okay? So if I see this in-state, university everywhere, then I think automatically that's the only option for me. And so it really takes kind of looking at really what's available and kind of where you're at, where you're there. And the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, you're getting that certificate of completion, you're getting that degree, right? And employers across the board really, honestly, 9 out of 10 do not really care where that comes from. So a bachelor's degree is a bachelor's degree, whether that's from South Mountain Community College, that's from an Ivy League, that's from an in-state university, they're all equal. And, if you're starting out, you're first gen, it's just really good to start at community colleges, because what a lot of times is for our 200 level courses, we actually have a lot of in-state university students who come back to take the classes with us for two reasons. For one, they like the more one-on-one attention to instructors, because a lot of our classes are no more than 30 students. So you have one faculty member for 30 students. At a university level, you have up to 100 in some cases. The other thing is to take those 200 level classes with us, you pay a fraction of the cost you would pay for any in-state university. Literally probably a third of what you would pay. And so for those
right, and
reasons,
you're taking 12 or 15 credit hours.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money that adds up.
Exactly.
And books and fees and parking.
Yeah, and we're accredited too. So anything you take with Maricopa, you can easily and seamlessly transfer to any in-state university. So you get your associates with us. Every in-state university is going to take 100% of those credits all the time.
How many associate's degrees do you have?
Oh my goodness!
Like 100 or?
We have quite a few. An associate's in applied science, associate, and just everything. So, yeah, we have quite a few. I would say just under 100.
That's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know I've asked Kyle a ton of questions, but I've also asked Gerard. But I'm going to go back to Kyle, and then I know that you all have a partnership with IDIA, which is, I think, the Institute for Digital Inclusion, something like that,
yes.
And Hive. And so what is Hive?
Yeah. So thank you for that. So IDEA, is a great, tremendous community-based technology hub. And so they have what they call the Hive. And the Hive is a makerspace / a technology support. And by technology support, they always have a saying that anything with a screen you need help with, bring it to us and we'll help you. And it's totally free to the community, so you never pay for anything. You can go there if you want to learn. So we have one at the Guadalupe Center. And a lot of the people that come in are elders. And they come in with a brand new phone that they got on a bargain because their granddaughter or grandchild wanted to upgrade to the newest, latest, greatest iPhone, but they don't know how to navigate it. So they come into the hive and they meet with a digital navigator, who are the people who work in the hive, and they walk them step by step on how to use it. And they don't just talk to them, but they have the conversation with them. They ensure that they're learning, that they're growing, and through that, once they developed some understanding and they have confidence with it, that leads to opportunity of actual programming. So if they're like, hey, this isn't too bad. I see 3D printers over there. Maybe I want to tinker with that a little bit.
That's what I wanted to ask about.
Yes.
The 3D printers.
yes. The 3D.
So like, oh my God, those are so expensive, and like, you can do anything on those, right?
Yes, you can do anything. And, you'll find anywhere you go in the Valley right now, any makerspace will charge you for the filament, which is the actual plastic that goes in to make the build. But at IDEA and at all the hives, they're 100% free.
Have you tried it?
Yes.
Like, what have you made, if I'm allowed to ask?
Oh, my goodness. What
Anything
have I...
and everything.
Sorry, I'm digressing, but
You're
like,
okay.
How awesome would that be? How much fun would that be to, like, think of something and make it? Remember we were talking about, like, trying to get one here and make stuff, but I know they're really expensive.
Yeah, no. So what we did is we did a big run of fidgets, right? So little fidgets, and we actually shared it with the Guadalupe Senior Home. And they were looking at it like, what the heck is this? So I brought over a 3D printer and showed them. Everything you have in front of you was printed off of this, and they could not fathom it. And the great thing is, they were, what the heck is a fidget? This is a kid's toy. And I said, no, it moves, it does this, it does that. And so what you do is, if you're stressed out or if you're just kind of having a hard time focusing, just play with it. And then they played with it, and then they were zoned out for a good 30 minutes. So if you want,
so want to try one.
So try one. In other ways that we've seen too, is we saw people on needing a piece that broke, right? So somebody says, I need something to hold my cane, and I don't want it to be low, I want it to be higher. So they actually printed like a coat hanger that would hang over the door, and they could put their cane there. So so you can be super innovative. You go there, you come in with an idea, a design. I know there's hundreds, maybe I shouldn't say hundreds, maybe I should say millions of Star Wars fans out there. You can print out Darth Vader holding up his hands to put your phone on, so on and so forth. So it's endless on the amount of things you can create. Whatever you think can happen.
Okay, so there's a hive at South Mountain Community College.
Yes.
And any other community colleges?
No.
It?
Yeah, so we're the only community college in the state that is currently partnered with IDEA and has a hive.
That's awesome. Okay. Yeah. All right, so then I'm going to ask Gerard. I know that we're not allowed to talk about actual money for fees, but you said, and both of you alluded to, that it was very affordable. If people wanted to find out, they can check the website, I assume, or call the American Indian Program.
They can check the website, or they could also contact me, and I'll give my information at the end. But classes, they vary. They're slightly different. So like the 100, 200 courses, we offer a slightly lower amount. And then anything like 300, 400, which is your bachelor's degree, we also offer another affordable amount. In comparison to other universities or colleges, it's pretty affordable. Okay.
And who wants to tell me about the storytelling program?
Storytelling started with a few faculty there at South Mountain Community College, like Liz Warren, Marilyn Torres. I know Kyle was a part of that conversation. Has also taken classes through that as well. But it's been around for quite a long time. And so they have been offering storytelling. And the best way to, I guess, like a lot of our students are taking these courses, and it's just really like telling your story from their own perspective. I've seen them like use it for like getting prepared for a speech. Like I have a student that's going to be speaking at the convocation, and so really like him taking the time and him being able to tell a story and conveying that into a story, and to be able to reach out to his audience. I've had my student worker, for example. Another one is, he basically took storytelling. He worked with the storytelling program and to prepare for an interview so that he could tell his story. And so storytelling, like I said, has been around. They have a really great program. They're constantly doing events at South Mountain Community College. And so they're always putting out information out there about what they're doing and what stories they're telling. And as mentioned, we've also worked with them really well when it comes to the student stories. And the student stories, it's going to be coming up in November again. And I forget how many years we've been doing it, but it's been a while. And so every year we bring in a Native American storyteller from either within the state of Arizona or outside of Arizona. And this year we're actually gearing up for that as well. So we're looking forward to doing that. We're working with a gentleman, I believe, from Oklahoma. So we're working with this gentleman to possibly bring him in. So once we solidify everything and once we get all that approved, definitely we'll get the word out. But and we're also looking at this year, we're doing something slightly different. We're thinking about including a student storyteller from the high school, as well as one of our very own students that went through the program and having him tell his story. So we're kind of putting a twist to that storytelling this year. So including our stories, our students, and having them tell stories.
So the formal program is the Storytelling Institute, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then the other we're talking about is Stew and Stories, which is like one of your huge signature events that I know are incredibly crowded and popular, and everybody loves that event.
Yes.
That's like a big, big thing. Yeah, and then Kyle, I know that you do storytelling. I love going to storytelling events. I'd love to go to the Moth, but I know like in Phoenix, I've gone to different ones that they've put on. And it's always really interesting. Everybody has a story.
Yes.
Everybody has a story.
Yes.
And some are hilarious and some are sad. And I don't know. I just think storytelling is important. But
Yeah.
And Kyle, what kind of storytelling do you do?
Yeah, so I learned all of my techniques basically and how to craft a story through the South Mountain Community College Storytelling Institute. And really what we do is we help you craft a story because, like you said, everyone has a story, but it's the way that you tell it and the way you craft it that makes impact. And that's really what we teach. So if you think I don't have a story or, oh, this, that, the other, that is not true. Everyone has a story, and all you need to do is to shape it, massage it, craft it a little bit, and that's what we do at South Mountain. The type of storytelling that I do is more contemporary, I would say. Coming from, a strong background with Navajo, our storytelling protocol is very different. It's isolated. It's allocated to elders only. It's during a certain type of the season. And so in my own growth as a storyteller, what I found is a way to infuse traditional stories in a contemporary way that does not infringe on any protocols back home. So I do a lot of contemporary storytelling, and I've been getting into a lot of personal storytelling of sharing my own story. And I found that that's impactful, especially here within the metropolitan and urban environment. A lot of our community, is sometimes second to third generation urban. And that connection back home has, been strained for whatever reason. So if I can share a story that rekindles that or reconnects that in some way, that's overall my goal, is just sharing information for empowerment and encouragement.
Okay, mine would be about a rat, not like anything like yours. It was like the rat that we could not get rid of at our house, like literally. Anyway,
Sounds
all right.
like a good one.
Not as appropriate, not as good, not as massaged, but definitely crazy. All right, so I want to go back to Gerard and ask, so the Native American Program and Center that you've got, I know that some of the campuses have things. I know that yours is outstanding, not that the others are not. But so if somebody's interested, let's say they're in high school and they would say like, hey, I'm thinking about going to South Mountain next year and I'm interested in the engineering program and the wind tunnel, then they would just call you and they could set up a visit and learn more and kind of tour the campus with you and find out what support systems and programs you've got. Does that work like that?
That works, or you can always reach me by emailing me.
Okay.
My thing is I try to get back to you right away within the first 24 hours. So email's great. So you can always reach me at gerard.begay@southmountaincc.edu. That's my direct email. So just email me, let me know what you want to do. Like if you want to get into engineering, or let's say you want to get into the workforce, construction trade. Let me know and where to contact you. And so I'll be responding to you within, like I said, I try to respond within 24 hours. So if I could get out to you and reach out and learn a little bit more about what you're wanting to do, that makes my job a lot easier on how to help you. Or again, you can always call me at 602-305-5643. Just reach out to that number as well. Leave me a voicemail if I don't answer. Like they say, I'm quite busy, so if I'm not in my office, just leave a voicemail and then I'll get back to you right away too.
Okay, so I know you've got Stew and Stories. What other events do you have planned for this year or next year? Or anything you can talk about or anything you're thinking about that you can share?
This year we are, like I mentioned earlier, we're working on the Stew and Stories. So we're looking at that. And then we're also going to be, we have several events kind of planned out for the Native Heritage Month, but it hasn't been solidified. So we're going to be working on that as well. We're going to also be doing a year-end celebration here within the next 2 weeks, celebrating our Native American students and their success at South Mountain Community College. So we're doing our year-end celebration. Really, the focus is just celebrating our Native students getting through the semester, this academic year, whether they're graduating or moving on to the next semester. And so with that, we'll be providing, like I said, Hawaiian food. So it's Hawaiian themed. So we're encouraging all our students to wear something Hawaiian. And this year we did something slightly different. We included those that we work closely with, like the education departments from various various tribes, as well as high school. So we're inviting them, and just again, like if we're inviting Tempe Union, Phoenix Union, American Indian programs, to see where their students are at and their success. So I think it's always good to keep them in the loop on their student success. And so we're definitely doing that this year. And then in the spring, we've also done our Two-Spirit powwows, and that we've been doing that since I've been there for 6 years now, 5-6 years. So we had that great partnership with Phoenix Indian Center, and we've been working on that. And so I look forward to hosting another one in 2027.
Okay, so we don't have a lot of time left. So Kyle, I'm going to start with you, and then if you want to punt it over to Gerard, do you have a success story that you think of often when you're driving down wherever and saying, wow, you know what, this makes it all worth it, and the work I'm doing is important, and I feel really good? Anything you can think of?
Yeah, definitely. One person comes to mind. She was actually the keynote speaker at our convocation last year for South Mountain Community College. And it's the first time we ever had a dignitary of this magnitude do our convocation, and that was the former Miss Navajo. Huh? And yeah, she's an alumni of South Mountain Community College, and I will pass it to Gerard to talk a little bit more about it.
Yes, so last year we had, my office worked with Renisha Begay. She was the former Miss Navajo, and so she graduated back in 2001 during the pandemic. So during that time when she graduated, we did the drive-by graduation. So she got her degree and her sash and everything by going through a drive-by. And so to bring her back and really honor her in her position, we decided that this would be a perfect opportunity to have her be our keynote speaker. And it also gave her the ability to actually walk, which she didn't do during her graduation. Yeah. So when they brought her in, she marched in with the dignitaries. They got her on stage, and she gave a great, welcome presentation. But prior to that, she also had a chance to meet with our Native American student population, have lunch, and really just connect one-on-one with them and share her experience and what she did at South Mountain and how she got to this role as being Miss Navajo. And the big thing about the thing that she talked about was embracing your culture and making sure that you embrace your culture. So that was huge. And so again, it was just our way of honoring someone at that capacity, bringing them back and having them participate in a graduation that they really didn't have a chance to do. But again, also sharing their story.
It's pretty awesome. And I know getting to be Miss Navajo is really hard.
Yes.
I mean, we've interviewed a couple, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know. Some of that is pretty tough. Kyle, if you can give us information on your program at South Mountain Community College in Guadalupe. So on the certificate program, how do they reach you? How do they find out? Or do they just walk in?
Yeah, no problem. So they can do whichever they like. They can either come into our center at Guadalupe. They can give us a call. The application process does start with Arizona at Work, so we would just redirect them there. But if they want real-time questions of what does a class look like, what are the dates, all those particulars, my staff and I are more than willing to help them out. And again, we're located at the Guadalupe Center for South Mountain Community College, which is on Priest and Guadalupe, right across the parking lot from the Mercado, in between the Boys and Girls Club and Town Hall.
The Mercado's the big... You can find that.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Okay, and then again, you have the free certificate programs, open to anybody 18 and over.
Yes.
Anybody. What an opportunity.
Exactly.
So, our listeners, if you're listening, check that out. I mean, to me, that's one of the big keys. And Gerard's program, too. All right. And Gerard, if they want to reach you in the American Indian program at South Mountain Community College, how would they do that?
Again, as I mentioned earlier, they can reach out to me via email or they can call me. My phone number, again, is 602-305-5643. My email address is gerard.begay@southmountaincc.edu. And then they could also stop in person. We're located right in the center of college. We're located inside the Student Union building, and we're open Monday through Fridays, 8 to 5. So they can stop in, check us out, grab a snack, a bottle of water, and talk to us.
Snacks, the water.
Yeah.
But I got to say, with both of you, you both are incredibly kind and compassionate and patient and not intimidating. And so for people that are worried about that and afraid to take that first step, I think this is a natural first step to check out for their career and move forward with their lives. So thanks for coming on and chatting with us today. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, yeah, Susan. Thank you, Native Health.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you for listening to Native Talk Arizona, presented by Native Health and 90.7 FM KRDP. Our executive producer is Susan Levy. Sound engineer is Javier Quiroga. We hope you will tune in again next week. If you have any questions, please reach us at nativetalkaz@listen2krdp.com.